I'm so freaking heated mad right now. Now I'm having a hard time trying to calm down. And that's why I said that I no longer want to talk to so called targeted individuals on the phone anymore. You know, so this person, all I know him is by DJ. You know, I don't, if he has commented on my YouTube channel, then, you know, I don't know what his YouTube name is, but he said he found my phone number from YouTube. He says he's targeted, and he's sitting there trying to make it like I'm one of those people who thinks that everybody is a narcissist or a perp. But so many of them. So he's younger than me, 30 years old, and he claims he's heavily targeted too, saying he got shot in the leg and talking about how the police didn't want to help him and stuff, and talking about the stuff he went through. But he's trying to say that other women that he claimed he tried to help them, and that they that the other lady was targeted too, and it's like, why can't you be understanding if somebody had been a victim of rape, why they don't want to come stay with you and you a guy. So he's sitting there talking to me like a narcissistic abuser the whole fucking time, and younger than me, and talking like he think he's smarter than me with more common sense than me, like as if I'm really fucking stupid. All these different perps or fake people, you know, trying to exploit my homelessness and trying to exploit my situation. It's like you want me to come stay. But I mean, if you're talking like that to me on the phone, imagine how controlling and abusive you would be in person, even if you were locally here in Pensacola. You know, he tried to act like he was offering me to come stay in a place in Wisconsin. I said, I do not want to go back ever again to Wisconsin. You know, I hate cold weather, and um, so I just got off the phone with him. Like, I'm so shaken up and mad right now. He's supposed to be targeted too, but he acted very fucking narcissistic and controlling, and treat me like I'm really fucking stupid, and then tell me that it's okay. It's okay for him. Like, he tried to act like he was offering me help, and then I said, well, wait for me to get into a more quiet and private place, since I was running around. And then he falsely accused me of being a hacker. So when I confronted him about it, he's like, "Oh, I never said that you were a hacker." He said, "Oh, our phones can be hacked." And he said, if you're a targeted individual, you should know that already." And I'm like, well, it was like the whole cover. I don't even remember how long we talked, but I got mad and blocked his number. I don't even know his YouTube name, but it's like, look, he's telling me that everybody's tripping, which everybody is tripping. But I mean, just like that Frank Brown guy, I had to block him and cut off contact with him. Frank Brown is supposedly in North Carolina, say he's hated by his family, and he seemed kind of sketchy and dangerous. Like, and I'm like scared of him. He seemed like he'll be the type of person who try to be up to no good or something. But Frank Brown, um, I mean, he says he's targeted, but I mean, I haven't. I mean, he has a few videos up, but I haven't seen the videos where, him being in the act of being a victim of gang stalking. He just, so. I mean, um, but Frank Brown was like talking about coming to Pensacola by me before I went to Mobile. I mean, before I went to Mobile, Alabama. Alabama, when I was in the other hotel, the $35 hotel, and Frank Brown was talking about coming down to Pensacola by me, and he's getting like verbally abusive by trying to say, "Stop acting like a punk," and stuff like that. And it's like, why are these guys, black guys, being like targeted or not, these black guys are being like psychologically and mentally verbally abusive towards these females, And so, I mean, it's like I'm so stressed out right now. Like this guy, this DJ guy really ruined my fucking day. I mean, so I didn't know, I barely knew him. And so he's sitting there saying, "So you would rather be outside you would rather be outside in that warm weather and homeless on the streets where you being eaten up by bugs and stuff. You would rather live like that because I rejected his offer to come stay by him in Milwaukee. I mean, no, not Milwaukee. I think he said Oak Creek or some shit like that. He said it's north of Milwaukee. So it's like, I mean, it's like I'm shooting for to if somebody can pull together and help me get my own place by myself. But he acts like like he agrees with the idea of me wasting everybody's money, trying to say, "Oh yeah, like you said, throwing money in the wind." I'm like, first of all, I don't even talk like that, and I never said that it's like throwing money in the wind. He's like, "Oh well, I'm sorry, it must have been somebody on made a comment." Well, I didn't even see a comment where somebody said it's like throwing money in the wind into the wind with the that specific phrase of throwing money into the wind. But he's like, "Oh, you can come up to Milwaukee by me and save your money." And you don't. Yeah, I'm not falling for that because you know, even my own family, the gay brother Mark did that. Next, he was taking all my fucking money. When he sent for me to come stay by him and lied and said I didn't have to pay anything, and he was like enslaving me with chores, forcing me against my will, enslaving me with chores. And then the biological brother Wyatt and his hoe that he was living with, who turned out to be my twin sister's gay lover, slow hoes Toya. Toya was from the fake called Bible class and fucked just about every family member except me. She fucked my cousin Blake who died, supposedly. She fucked my brother Wyatt and she fucked my twin sister, and there was rumors that she fucked the gay brother Mark too. So it's like, what the hell? Like, Wyatt and Toya weren't forced to do chores and they were allowed to stay with Mark for free. But Mark was taking all my damn money. Somebody wanted me to go to she's claimed to be heavily targeted, and she said her mom was in the military or something. And that's the one that was in Arizona and wanted me to go to Arizona and started to act like very abusive when I didn't even see her email that morning. And then I think I remember in the morning, but like overnight in the morning, like my phone would be low, you know, and so I didn't even see or know that she even emailed me, and she got mad because I didn't know about her email and I didn't send her respond back by a certain amount of time, and she got very bullyish and abusive. And so then there's somebody who claimed to be targeted, who wanted me to go to Kissimmee, Florida, in which I wouldn't mind moving over there, but I don't want to live with nobody. I would like to have my own place, you know. And so, this person trying to say that that if I stay by him or her, I think it's a guy, if I stay by him, then the rent will be 700. I'm like, I can't even afford that. My income is 803, So, and then try to tell me I have to go to mental health. Well, why would you do that if we're targeted, you know? So then this guy right here, DJ, wants me to go away to Wisconsin, and as I said, I hate cold weather, and he act like he's agreeing with everybody else, making like I don't deserve help. But then you offering me to come stay by you and telling me, oh, you can keep your money or whatever. But it's like, if you're verbally and psychologically and mentally just making me feel bad on the phone, imagine what you would do to me in person. I'm done with that. I refuse to. Uh, I'm trying to fight back harder against these narcissistic abusers and gang stalking perps who treat me like I'm so fucking slow, like I don't have any sense, like I don't know any better. And this guy, he's saying, "Oh, I watched all your videos," and then he tried to make like as if I was. He didn't say I was stupid, but he tried to like, "Why? Well, you left Milwaukee. I mean, no, he said you left Pensacola to go to Mobile, and then you came back. Why would you do that?" Like as if I owe him an explanation for why I'm doing what I'm doing, you know. And you're younger than me. I'm older than you. And then he's trying to tell me, make sure you get copyright on those books, because they had this lady who was writing poems for years, and they stole all her work and made a whole bunch of money off of it, you know. But I don't know. I thought it cost money to get stuff copyrighted, which I don't have the money for that, you know. But if copyright is free, I wouldn't mind. But at the same time, you know, he tried to tell me you have to go through the proper protocols to, you know, to protect your work and stuff like that. I mean, he wants to sound like he thinks he's perfect and more mature than me, with more sense than me. And a lot of so-called, if you really are targeted, like why would you be like abusive to me like that? You know, treat me like you think you got more experience and more sense than me, and just making me feel inferior, making me feel like a dummy, like I really don't know any better, like I'm really misguided and lost or something. You know, I just don't give a fuck anymore. You know, and these people, not like these narcissistic abusers who trying to act like they're trying to help me when it's actually they're just trying to control me their way, the way they want me to be controlled. You know, I mean, how the hell am I supposed to take you at that face value with saying you're not a perp, but I see your actions showing like you're highly narcissistic, and then you talking about how you, that talking about, oh, I'm spiritual and I meditate. First of all, meditation is not Christian. That occult, and you probably smoke weed and stuff like that. You know, all these people who claim to be targeted, and they talk about the Lord. These people who talk about the Lord and stuff, but then they talk about they gotta smoke weed and drink alcohol to combat the V2K and stuff like that. It was other people, not him, saying that, but you know, but he said he's spiritual and meditates. You know, so I don't want to be around with any New Agers. I don't want to live with New Agers and occultists and stuff like that. You know, I mean, I was abused and battered enough in the New Age cult growing up. You know, trying to stay spiritually clean as best as I can, even though I slip and sin and make mistakes sometimes. But I know I'm not perfect. But you know, it's like I didn't like this guy trying to handle me on the phone. It's like, you know, like when somebody narcissist, like not a narcissistic abuser, it's like when you turn down their offer for so-called help, it's like they falsely accuse you of preferring to be in your horrible situation, you know. And it's not like you can just blindly take anybody's advice. I'm like, how am I supposed to just all of a sudden just pack up, you know, and I'm supposed to just pack up and just go to Wisconsin. Now, then, if I would have done that with somebody else, the same guy would have tried to make it like as if I made an irresponsible decision. I'm supposed to just go and pack up with like probably $140 something in the bank, right? $150 or something in the bank right now. I'm supposed to just pack up and go to straight to Milwaukee just by somebody who just, all I know is you're like 30 years old and your name is DJ, and I don't know, and you claim to be targeted, and I don't know anything else about you. You know, so um people have tried that with me, saying everybody's not a perp, while they themselves acting like a perp, or everybody's not a narcissist, and stop thinking everybody's a narcissist. Stop thinking everybody's out to get you when they act narcissistic themselves. Retarded, deformed Carnell try to say, stop saying you have no friends. I'm your friend, but look what the fuck he did to me. You know, so stabbed me in the back very deeply, and like my heart, I mean, the wound still feels fresh from over a year ago of what retarded, deformed Carnell had did to me. You know, and that's why I keep saying I have no friends, because if I do have a friend, it doesn't last long. You know, I mean, I've said several times what I would want to have, and it seems like I have like people trying to force me to conform to the world's ways. I mean, why can't I just do my book the way I want to? And if somebody wants to steal my writing, then I've seen other books that were copy and left or free distribution, free literature, free distribution for everybody. But when it comes to me, I deserve to get scammed, or I deserve for to have my work, for everybody to make money off of my work and stuff. But of course, when I got on the phone and talked with him, it's like the beginning of the conversation. It's like a lot of interference with our phone conversation, a lot of noise and interference, and us being chopped off or cut off and stuff like that. And we getting frustrated with each other about because he can't hear me or I can't hear him and stuff like that. I mean, so this is like I guess the third recent attempt of somebody trying to get me to go live far away, you know, someplace where I don't like, where I don't like, because I said I don't like. If you say you watch all my videos, and I refuse to compromise, one girl, that Tay D person, tried to tell me you're gonna have to compromise. No, I'm not compromising. I want to stay where warm weather is, but I want to get my own place here. It doesn't even have to be in Pensacola, but I have because I don't have a car is why because I don't have a car is I have to stay where the damn buses are. And this guy kept demanding an answer for my personal business, like questioning me, like when I told him, I don't want, why should I just trust a strange guy to go up, to way to Milwaukee, and it's like I've been raped before. Ought to understand that if um just because you call one person a perp, they want to assume you call everybody a perp or a narcissist. But he damn sure acted controlling, and I'm not saying he's a perp, but he acted controlling and narcissistic and treating me like just making me feel bad the whole conversation. Then he tried to say, "Oh, can't nobody make me feel bad?" That sounds like a narcissistic thing right there. Him saying, "Can't nobody make me feel bad?" Um, he's like, "I don't allow people to make me feel bad. Can't nobody, nothing nobody say make me feel bad. The only thing that made me feel bad is if watching something bad on the news or whatever. But can't nothing nobody say. Yeah, narcissistic abusers, they tell you down and make you feel bad while they try to say you know that can't nobody tear them down while they sitting there tearing you down and try to act like there's nothing you can say that phased them. You know, so I mean that's like with the Tory Bird song "Faggot." He's a narcissistic abuser who claims that his sister's a narcissist and claim he's heavily targeted. Try to force me to quit YouTube and go to BitChute. That's like people trying to force me to quit the cab driving job and go to Uber or Lyft. You know, and so that Tory guy try to force me. I mean, try to falsely accuse me of enjoying sleeping on concrete and pavement. That's the same guy who tried to force me to get rid of my storage unit and try to falsely accuse me of wasting my money on a storage unit. But then, at his own convenience, he tried to tell me I should go spend my money on a hotel or a motel. So it's like I don't know why targeted individuals act like they have a problem with you trying to ask for help. And I never said that it was like throwing money in the wind. I don't even use figurative comments like that. But and I didn't see anybody say that on my comments. But that's him saying that. But he might have an agenda um behind why he want me to come up there and trying to say, "Oh, it's so horrible to see you living like that." I mean, it's all fake, you know. Because how the hell you gonna sit there and pretend to fake like you're super sorry for me living on the streets, and then you know falsely accuse me of enjoying living like that? And so when I told him, I said, Gang stalking perps falsely accused me of um they falsely accused me of enjoying living in my situation, and then he jumped the gun and said that I was trying to call him a perp. You know, so um, it might have been a personal comment that I recently, I'm not gonna say the person's name, but I gave her my phone number because I seen her around YouTube and she makes videos too. But I don't remember which video it was, but I gave her my number. I guess I must have forgot to delete the comment, but you know, I mean, I said I quit. Having I mean, I said I don't want anymore to deal with other so-called targeted individuals and me talking on the phone with them. The relationship goes sour each and every time. Now I basically feel like I don't have anybody at all. You know, um, but just because I refuse to go to Milwaukee does not mean I enjoy or want to live in my sorry situation. I would rather have my own vehicle, and that way I don't have to be necessarily in Pensacola, and I can be flexible, to be in Alabama or neighboring area, but I don't want to go back home to New Orleans right now because they're very big and heavy on the fake coronavirus thing over there, worse than here. They reclosed all the restaurants and stuff. From what I just heard this morning, they reclosed all the restaurants in New Orleans. But you know, I mean, that DJ guy, when I told him about the Freemason raping me in 2012, and he's like, "Well, how could the police not believe you or take you seriously?" I'm like, "Well, I'm surprised I didn't tell him. You ought to know that the police don't have our backs." But he made it like it was hard to believe that the police didn't take me seriously and just laugh in my face, and also that the police officer had the detective had blamed me for the situation and wanted to have me arrested. So if you are genuinely targeted, stop trying to talk to me like I'm slow and retarded with no sense, like I don't know any better, like you think you got more knowledge or more sense than me, and you're just making me feel inferior. you know so I mean, that's why I say a lot of people in the so-called targeted individual community, they act narcissistic and controlling and trying to treat me like I'm slow and retarded with no sense, the same way like a narcissistic control freak fake friend or other person in my life treat me like I'm fucking really slow and retarded. But at the same time, people be trying to tell me, "Oh, you're highly intelligent" and stuff like that. So I mean, I would. I mean, like in this metro area, I would like to stay in. But if I had my own vehicle, I wouldn't mind going to like Cantonment uh or Milton, Florida, or Pace or somewhere around there. I mean, but the buses don't really go out there, so that's why I have to stay in mainland Pensacola. But I wouldn't mind having my own cottage or trailer or house or whatever. But that this one lady told me don't live in a trailer or anything because they make you mandatorily evacuate during a hurricane or something. So it's like I don't. I mean, it's like, yeah, that guy try to demand the answer for the situation of me talking about the rape with the Freemason, and he's like, "What were you doing hanging around with a Freemason?" And this now like, and I'm like, and he's like, "What were you doing going to their lodges and stuff?" I'm like, wait a minute now. He found me at the train station, and then he tried to assume that I was trying to tell him that he raped me at this train station in front of everybody. I'm like, no, 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 that wasn't like that. But it's like I just had to get off the phone with him, you know. But he talking about I'm tripping or everybody else is tripping. He's tripping. It's okay for him to have a license to be tripping. But it's like I don't know why guys are insensitive or act like they don't have compassion for a person who had been raped, or that like they don't understand your feelings, like the so-called homeless men They violate my space on purpose at the homeless soup kitchens, and I have to argue with them and then get death threats at me by men because I don't want them to get close. And this was before coronavirus. I don't want them to get close to me or touch me because I've been a rape survivor. Regular men in normal society, if I go to Bodacious and stand in line before coronavirus, a regular man who's housed and has a decent job is not going to stand all close up on me. And then the so-called homeless men, they treat me like I'm slow with no sense, and they bully me and try to demand the answer for my personal business, and they get all on my personal space, physical space, and they be overly touchy feeling like they have to put their dirty hands on me. And like, you don't have to just to talk to me and communicate with me. Why you feel like you're obligated? Like, why you feel like you must put your hands on me to prove a point or to try to tell me something? That's how you know they're narcissistic abusers, because they act like they think they own my body, and I don't have a right to tell them, don't touch me, keep your hands off of me, or I deserve to be threatened with a knife, you know, or if I don't want them to get close to me and touch me, they want to try to say, oh, you think you're too good to be here. Like when I was at that Washburn Center at the beginning of the coronavirus thing, I think it was in March, and this guy said, I cut up people who act like, he pulled out a small knife, and he said, I cut up people who act like they think they're too good to be here. It's not about me acting like I think I'm better. And so I'm freaking traumatized, you know? And I'm really frustrated at, it made me feel like not even wanting to write my books is that everybody's trying to tell me how to write my books or how to go about it, or trying to tell me what to do rather than allowing me to have my fucking freedom. And then they're like, oh, okay, go ahead and be stupid and let everybody else make money off of your books then. Go ahead and be a fool or whatever. Because you don't take a narcissistic abuser's advice, that makes you a fool. They always think they have better advice than God, like, but if anybody who wants to be a perp or a scammer and steal my work or steal my writing, then they'll have to give an account to God, you know, and go to hell for theft and stealing. So I mean, I've heard stories about people having their stuff copyrighted. I mean, copyright does not prevent you from your stuff being stolen, and then they said they even say that that's hard to prove, you know. So I'm gonna have to go because my storage space is running out on my phone. Bye bye.